Alright, what is going on YouTube? Adonis coming back at you with a brand new video, and today we are going to be looking at some budget beasts for you in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. And the first player that we have to look at today is Mike Evans. Now I know this card is still like 130k, so he might be on the higher end of your guys' budget, but for an 88 overall wide receiver that's 6'5", he's got 88 speed, all of his route running stats are phenomenal. You cannot get better than this guy. He's a very solid pickup, and it can be argued that for that price, he is phenomenal. Another one right next to him, Calvin Johnson, absolute animal. Gonna be even better than Mike Evans is. He's sitting at 88 speed as well. He's also 6'5", but he hits his medium and deep route running thresholds without needing any strat cards. So that is the really nice thing about him. This dude will torch people down the field. Obviously now not the fastest player in the game, but still a very usable and great card for you guys to pick up. Now looking at the tight end spot, we have a couple of different options that we can go with. Number one, I think, is going to be Tyler Higbee. He's got 86 speed and also pretty solid route running. He's 6'6", 257, so he's not a small player by any means. His speed is pretty solid, and I think although he is a possession receiver, I do think that he is much more of a vertical threat. I think another player that you could look at the tight end position would be Albert O. He's going to be significantly cheaper than Higbee, coming in at 40k, whereas Higbee was at 100k, and he's got 85 speed. He's got decent short route running, decent medium route running. He's also 6'5", 260, so not a small tight end by any means. Both of those guys are very solid options for a budget beast type of lineup. Now coming over to the halfback spot, Zach Moss is an animal of a player. Coming in at 100k, he's got 88 speed. He's 5'9", 205, and he's got pretty solid break tackle and trucking. I always thought he was much smaller than this for some reason. I feel like he just presents as a small looking player, but him being 205 means that he does break a decent amount of tackles. Zach Moss is a very feasible back for those of you who don't want to spend a lot of coins on like Bo Jackson or Walter Payton or someone of that variety. Those guys though are only about 30 to 50k more, so if you want to save up for a better back overall, I think that might be worth it, especially with Walter Payton. Bo Jackson's card is now a little bit older in this game, but still a very feasible back. I think someone like Walter Payton or a Christian McCaffrey would be a great pickup for you guys if you are looking to spend a little bit more coins on your running back at this point. Now coming in at the quarterback position, we've got Kirk Cousins who's sitting there for 100k, but we've also got Warren Moon. He's only 30k more, and I think he's a significantly better than Kirk is at this point. 6'3", 221. He's got decent speed, but his throwing stats are really what is going to make him a better quarterback than Kirk. Honestly, I played against this Warren Moon a ton, and I think for a budget option, he is phenomenal. Obviously, you could go with someone like Trevor Lawrence or Tua or, any of the higher end quarterbacks in the game at this point, but Warren Moon for 130k is a steal if you are looking for someone that gets all the abilities that a higher tier quarterback would get. Now, coming over to left outside linebacker, yes, we have Demarcus Wear. I know many of you guys are like, dude, this is way too expensive. These guys aren't budget, but it's all about the perceived value and how much you would be willing to pay for him. I sold my Demarcus Wear off for like 300k a couple of weeks ago, right? This card is still amazing. 90 finesse moves, 89 block shed. Put him on the edge. He's going to go to work. You can't really move him inside. That is where he really does not perform all that well, but he's a phenomenal card to have at the edge position. 86 speed, can get after pretty much any quarterback in the game at this point. With that block shed and those finesse moves, this card is phenomenal still. If you have 150k and are looking for a, I guess technically lower end edge rusher, he's still very good, but Demarcus Wear is definitely the way to go. Coming in at our defensive tackle spot for this budget beast video, we have Kenny Clark. Very solid card. He's not going to be a great pass rusher, right? He's only got 76 finesse moves, but he does have 90 block shed with 88 power moves. He's 6'3", 314. He will clog up the middle. He will do exactly what you need him to do against those players that all they do is run the damn ball. Very good card. Would definitely recommend picking him up for those of you that are having trouble stopping the run at this point in the year. I have come up against this card a number of times, and he's really hard to run the ball against. Have to recommend him. Now at cornerback, we've got Marcus Peters. This is one of the best budget cornerbacks in the game, in my opinion. 90 man, 88 speed with 85 zone as well. Not very good at pressing, but he is going to do everything that you need him to do. He's 6 foot, about 200 pounds. Just a very solid cornerback. Can play pretty much anywhere that you want to put him with that decently high zone. Again, just go ahead and pick him up if you are coming up against players that have much better receivers. He'll be able to do some work for you. Another player in the secondary for us is going to be Malik Hooker. This dude, I mean, every year this dude's cards are amazing just because of how big he is, right? He's got 87 speed. He's also got 87 zone, and he's 6'1", 212. So he's a big old boy, and he just plays amazingly. This card always is really good. Malik Hooker cards are always amazing. Last year he had a really good card as well. Just, I mean, can't say enough about this card. Go ahead, pick him up. Very, very solid user for those of you who like to use your free safety, or just put him in zone, put him in a deep third and let him go to work. He's going to be great for you regardless. And the second to last player that we have for this video is going to be Bam Cam Chancellor. His 87 overall. He's got 87 speed, 87 zone, 90 hit power, 6'3", 225. Yes, he is a little bit of an older player, but he can still definitely compete. If you put him in a deep third, he's going to play really well because he is so big. He can knock the ball out quite a bit. Very, very solid card. Definitely recommend going ahead and picking him up for your guys' team. And the last player that we have is going to be Bruce Smith. I mean, a card this good for this cheap. 88 power moves, 87 finesse moves with 88 block shed at 6'4", 262. I mean, you cannot ask for a better pass rusher. This dude is amazing. Him and D Wear, if you got 300k to spend, two phenomenal edge rushers. The tackles in this game are not nearly as good as the edges in this game, and because of that, Bruce Smith is a problem when you get him on the edge. He's also very good inside as well because he has those good power moves. A phenomenal card. Can't say enough about this guy. And with that is going to be the video. I do hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, please go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you guys have some budget beasts that you think that I missed out on, go ahead, drop them in the comments below. I know there were like a lot of lower end players that I kind of skipped over for the sake of this video because I want, you know, higher end still budget cards. That's kind of my idea of a budget beast. So go ahead, drop those in the comments below if you think I missed a couple. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.